Okay, so if you keep practicing that, you get a little faster on it, you can use it in all kinds of songs. Did you know that? That's a pretty common, well-known, universal kind of fill for drummers. You know what I mean? Okay, I'm gonna ask you, have you remembered any of the beats that I showed you for a long time? Yeah, come on, some kind of beat. I showed you 1,000 of them. Must know some of them. Play me one. You know what that is? What? That's called a long roll, and it's called a rudiment. And now, when I say, hey, Caleb, can you do me a beat? This is a beat. Because I'm playing my hi-hat with my right hand, my left hand's on the snare, and I'm playing my bass drum. So watch me again. See what I mean? That's a beat. So keep going. You know what? You played that perfect. Because you watched me, right? Now, say I wasn't there anymore. You're at home and you're practicing. Now you got to think of it. You got to remember, what do I remember about drumming? Well, this is now you got to start to go to that catalog, that encyclopedia of Caleb. Go, okay, what was he teaching me? How do I play this? Give me a double bass thing. Now, remember I showed you some double bass stuff? When you put the double bass. Feel comfortable? Yeah, you're doing a good job on that. That sounds really good. You know, you're doing two different things. I only asked for a drum beat. You're going you're doing two different things. That's a bonus. That's even better. So I like the fact you're kind of trying different things on your own rather than what I'm showing you, right? Do you remember any boogie beats I showed you? Remember boogie beats? They kind of go right? Remember that? Boom, boom. Boom, boom. That's me saying, Caleb, that's a boogie beat. So all you got to remember is, what is it? It's that. It's all you're doing is making your stick shuffle. So you got it. You know what it is, right? So you're practicing it or you're playing it at home because you're kind of getting pretty balanced with it. You know what I mean? You're not choking. You're at a nice speed. You know, and you got to keep that steadiness, and you're doing that. That sounds really good. Now, do you remember any beat that I showed you that goes 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a? Remember those? Play that on that hi-hat for me, and see if you can count it out. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. So see, you know what they are. It's you're probably going on home, and when you're at home practicing it, you probably really don't realize what it is, but it's what I've showed you. You know, you just don't know the name of it. You know, and that's called 8 count. It's because you're going 8 bars. So you know, it's stuff that it's just a remembering thing. Okay. Um, Did you, when you're at home and you're playing, did you play anything you like to play?
A little bit.
Like, can you show me stuff that you like? Because maybe I haven't showed you it and you're gonna surprise me with it, which would be great, because then I'm gonna think, boy, you've been practicing, you've been doing something, that's great. So maybe you could show me something that you've been doing at home, you like to play. I mean, it doesn't
I
matter.
don't play this that often, but I play it sometimes.
Okay. That's great. See, I never ever showed you that. But I remember the very first day, little Caleb came in, I think he was about this big, and he showed me that beat, and I went, wow, that's pretty neat, because that's something I've never showed. And all to this very day, I've never showed you that, but you still like playing that stuff? And that's great, because it's a little bit different, and I'm showing you stuff that's a little bit different. Do you know what I mean? You're getting more of ideas of different ways of playing the drum. Well, let me ask you this. Did you play ever anything on the hi-hat? You know, where you say that's my hi-hat right here. You know, when you go 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 1 E and a 3 E. So you put your left foot on the hi-hat and shut it, keep it shut, and you play it. So you're gonna play it on your hi-hat like this. Yeah. Okay. So you like it?
Yeah.
Okay. Fast. Keep it at a nice slow pace. Yeah, because you're gonna learn more. Now let me ask you this, Caleb, are you hitting cymbals? You not hitting any cymbals? Do you ever practice hitting cymbals?
That's my favorite part.
That's your favorite? But do you, I mean, would you like to know how to hit cymbals and where on that thing you're playing? Okay, you go ahead and play it. And I'm gonna come over, I'm gonna hit the cymbal where you should be hitting the cymbal. Okay? You go ahead. That's what I want you to do for me. I'm gonna... Here. Cymbals. I'm going to have you hit this one and with your right hand, with this hand, and then I'm going to have you hit this one with your left. Okay? All right? So you know how you're going to do this? I'll show you. Just watch me for a minute. You're going to go. Okay. Boom, boom. actually sounds pretty cool. And you know what you're getting to do now? I didn't even show you this, but you know where you're supposed to come back in after you hit that cymbal. Boom, boom, do do da da do 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 da. You did that all right, all by yourself. I thought that was pretty good. I didn't show you. You didn't come off time. You know what I mean? See, I'll show you because you play that again, and I'll keep time like this, and I'll show you. You're playing it right to the time you're supposed to, like this, which is great. You know what I mean? I'm glad you just figured it out for yourself, basically, at home. Try it again. Oh, that's a nice trick. Time there. That's great. See, that's something that I like to see in all these students because it's you developing your own style. And you're not trying to be Fritz drummer. You're being Caleb drummer. So you're going to have a different style than me, which is great. That's what I'd love you to have. But it's that you at home thinking about what you're doing, and you figured that all out by yourself. I didn't have to show you. And that's awesome. I really like that idea. So you know what? You're getting pretty good at these. You're starting to figure out how to hit them properly. You know, before, remember you were too short. I think you're only this big, weren't you? Or you bit this big? I forget.
Probably like that big.
No, I remember you this big. You're only about this big, weren't you?
So I was
Like me, or this big maybe? Was you about this big? I don't know, I forget.
I think it was like that big.
But see, you couldn't reach the pedals. Your legs. You couldn't sit on that chair and reach them. Now you can reach them. See, now you're starting to fit into the drum set. You're starting to fit into them. It's like a car. You're starting to fit into the seat, and the pedals, and the steering wheel. You know what I mean? So that's good. You know, it's something that you're starting to develop yourself as a player. Let me ask you this: when you're playing at home, do you do many tom-tom rolls on the tom-toms? No, you don't. Okay, because that was.
I don't know how to do it.
I'm sorry.
I don't even know how to do those.
You don't know how? Well, I was just going to show you that one thing. And it's that thing, you just played it for me about 5 minutes ago. Remember when I had you go snare, tom-tom, bass drum? Remember you go do-do-do-boom. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you want to put that in a beat? You want to put that in a beat? Okay. So you know how I'm going to do it? We're going to do it like this. I better sit up on my makeshift drum set here. Okay. You're going to go like this. You're going to go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Boom. And that's where you go. Right after 4, you're going to go boom. And 2 and 3 and 4. Was it? Okay, I'm going to give you another tom-tom fill, and it's going to be neat because it's a long one, okay? And it's going to go. See what I did? It's a long drum fill, but I want you to understand how they work for you. 1 and 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1. See what I'm doing? Okay, so you're going to do the beat. You know what? Let's do it right. Let's go right down to the last tom-tom. Try it again. Start on the snare. when you were at the last tom and you're going. Shit. Try that. Just. There you go. You almost had it. Yeah, that one was kind of funky to sound. But you see how you can now really get to use these tom-toms? And you did it all in the right counting.
And this one fell off.
But did you notice something? I was keeping time with you. See how much you were on time? You were right on the. You know what I mean? That was good.
I like it too.
Wow. That was a good one. Yeah, you see, that's a powerful one. You know what
Now
that
my arm hurts.
You know, that's the kind of drum fill you're gonna hear. You ever hear Led Zeppelin? No? Well, that's a big famous drummer. His name's John Bonham. I always liked him. He was one of my favorite drummers. But that's the kind of fill he would have. He would make that kind of fill in one of his songs, and it was like, whoosh, like so powerful. You're like, wow, you gotta hear it over and over. You rewind it and hear it again, and rewind it and hear it again, because it's a powerful drum fill. You know what I mean? Because you're going all the way down. So that's what your drums go down that far. Do you have 3 tom-toms on your drum set? 3 tom-toms?
No.
Yes, you do.
Yeah?
Yeah. You got 2 up and 1 down.
One down.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you got 2 up. So you do it just on the second one, which would be that one, and then on the third one, which would be your last one. You see? You can still do it. So that's good. Oh, by the way, I was looking for a snare.
Oh, yes. Great.
Yeah, and I found 3.
Okay.
And I took pictures at home. I've got pictures of them.
Yeah.
And I should send them to you. I will.
Yes.
I'll send them to you.
How many thousands are they?
Well, for you, cheap.
How much more
5,200.
time?
No,
How much more time now?
but they're cool.
Okay.
Okay, and myself, because Caleb's starting, and he's got to have you want a decent sound. You don't
Yeah,
want
yeah. You got to
some-
have a nice snare, eh?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you get one that you can tune.
Yes.
They send you snares with these drum kits.
I know.
And you can't tune them. They sound
Our,
awful.
ours is awful.
And where these ones, they're low end drums. but
Yep.
They're tunable.
Yep.
That's why the price is down. But they're cool. They're Premier. I think one's Premier, one's a Westbury, and I think one's a Pearl.
Yep.
And they don't go higher than $200.
Oh,
Is
that's
that
a
all
deal
for
then.
today or something?
Oh,
Yeah.
Is that all for today or something?
well, there's cool. I mean, and then you bring it in, and
Oh.
I show you how to tune it.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, I show you where to get that sound.
Yeah.
Because did you know that's a drummer's most important drum on the kit?
Yeah, yeah.
It is. And then what it's going to do is, once he starts learning how to tune like that, he's going to start hearing sounds and going, yeah, I like that. And practice,
Yeah, yeah.
it'll get him on
Someone
that.
keeps tuning it, Kiki's friends, and I don't like the tune of it. It doesn't sound right.
Well, this guy that my daughter knows, he's you know, like in a what do you call it? A band, like a street band, you know, with a,
Oh yeah.
you know, and he plays this snare that's wrapped around his
Yeah.
shoulders. Like he's pipe band. He's a really good snare player, and he was trying to show Caleb some rudiment stuff. And he goes, "Oh my God, this snare is like our snare is awful." He unwound almost all of it, so it was almost like loose as hell, but it got the sound that he wanted.
Oh yeah.
But it was
Oh, I know. And mine, I
didn't like it.
no.
I didn't like the sound of it.
everybody wants my snare because it's the way I've got it tuned.
Do you got a? Is it a deep one?
No, it's
just a shallow
free float. It's a regular 5.5.
Oh yeah.
But like this
Metal?
die cast.
Okay. Oh, you showed me it. That's right.
It's not
What
light.
does this spell?
See that? There is not die cast.
What
Mine's
does this
die cast.
spell?
What's that?
Didn't Doug have one the other day? Didn't Doug have one? Didn't he come in here one day and he showed us a die cast one?
Yeah, see that's got a wood frame. That's got a wood head.
Oh.
What does it spell?
And this one,
It spells it.
see this one's aluminum. Again, there's another aluminum. It sounds